Just a quick disclaimer before the video starts. This is a video for the upcoming map pool with Abyss rotating in and Icebox rotating out. Then I'll potentially do separate videos for the other maps when they rotate in, and yeah. So, but these are only the 7 map pools that are gonna be in the map pool next patch. Okay, so Abyss is gonna be our first map since it's rotating in and it's first in the alphabetic order, and I will do these maps in the alphabetic order. So we're gonna start with A side as a solo controller, and A side is actually a bit tricky because I mean you have to smoke out this, and this is they're very far apart, and with your wall it's kind of weird. I mean this isn't that good to do, so I would probably do something like this wall. If I'm just gonna use the wall. The bad part about this is though when you get here, people can see you from heaven, so you gotta be careful of that. When you plant, people can just spam you, and this wall also like allows them to peek very safe behind here. So it's a pretty bad wall actually, but there's like not many better walls to do. You could do like this wall, block of heaven, and just take all the other space. It's fine. You can also like throw an orb to combo with this wall. If you stand like right here, and you see this little corner here, and you just go a bit up and left of it and jump through. This one will land on top of here and create a little one-way. So this one can make it easier to like clear the corners without like having to worry about backside. So yeah. So for attacking mid, I have 3 different orbs to help you take these different parts. So the first orb is you wanna stand in this corner, and then you wanna you see this like corner in this black triangle. You wanna aim right there and go up to it till you hit this edge, and then jump through. This one will land down here and block off these 2 parts. The only thing you have to be careful is if you're going up on the left side here, they can actually see you from there. So just like play here, around here, or if you want to take an angle, you can do it. The next orb is from here, and all you want to do here is you see those 2 triangle like shaped objects here. If you aim in the middle of those and go up to this ledge again and just left click, it will land perfectly there. And the good thing with this one is that it blocks off both parts of top mid, so you don't have to worry about down here, and you can take vent and just move on. And the third orb is for only right side top mid, and you see this line that goes like up here. You wanna aim where the other line that comes from here, like when those 2 meet, so right there. And it will create a perfect smoke down here. So yeah. So when it comes to attacking B, it's also hard. Like Abyss is not a good map in general for solo VIPER. But you could do something like this. This one like gives you a lot of space. But it's kind of hard to take all this. You usually see some people like just smoke here and here, or here and here. So it kind of matters. Or it kind of depends on what you want to do. I would recommend an orb with this one though, since they can peek from this side as well. So you can do, if you stand against here, and you just aim on this like rock that sticks out and jump through, it will land heaven. It's the best you can do because this ledge won't really allow you to like get a deeper one, or not, at least not what I found. So this is the best I could get. You could also use like another wall with this orb, something like this. Take a little less space, but it's easier to take. But if you just want to use your wall for like taking sight, I figured I usually do this as a Lurk Wall. When the barrier drops here, you just place it like this. But I think this one works pretty good as taking sight as well, because you usually just play post plant from main anyway. So if you just get spiked down, I think you'll be good to go. So you can just plant somewhere here or plant here. And this wall will help you do that, and then you can like go back and maybe have a teammate lurking or something. You don't have to play on site. When it comes to lurking on this map as a double controller, I would really recommend to just default this wall everyone. This wall allows you to, first of all, take A main. You can like wall up and just take the space, wall down instantly. Don't let him get into this corner though, so just insta-activate it and then take it down. And then you have like aiming control. You can take orb and stuff if you want. And then you can take it up again and move on to site. And just sneak up with it, because you won't be able to get spotted from heaven. So you can just clear every corner, Make sure to like hold up here when you peek though, so you don't play close. You can also like jump up on top of here, get into heaven this way or city, or just go here. And the strong thing about this, if you saw my like first Viper video or like the first like a couple of months ago, when Abyss was out, I usually did this ult. If I had ult and I have lurked up, I usually did this ult. And this one is very good ult because it blocks off the entire CT, so the enemies have to come from flank or push through my ult. And my teammate can just plant and play site and like set up in post plant, and I can just hold this down. So yeah, this lurk is pretty strong because if you get this ult off, the round is almost done. So yeah. If you do want to lurk A though, I have this wall. It's pretty similar to the one I showed before, like when you're attacking. But this one is actually pretty good because you can like get up here. You place it a bit closer than the last one, so you can like walk up here, a bit more safe. And you also have this after, so you can like get up to this point, take it down, and you're like very deep into on A now. So yeah, this one is pretty good, but I would recommend the B wall. So for post plant lineups, I have one for here and one for here on A side. You wanna stand against this line, and the first one that lands on bridge, you just wanna aim right there, and just left click. This one will land perfectly on bridge. Cover all of this. The second one, you wanna stand in the exact same position, and then you wanna put your like the bent HUD line here on the part where the like wood switches color, like on the line here, and then shoot, and it will land perfectly for default plant like this. So for the post plant lineups on B, I have one for here and one for here. The one on default plant here is you just want to put your HUD line like this in this corner here, and simple left click. See, it will land perfectly here, and it will cover all the way to here and here. For the one on the left side though, you want to put your like the dot in the middle of the ult icon. You want to place it like on this corner here on the wooden ledge, and it will look like something like this. Land and perfectly hit all of this. Okay, so for solo defending on Abyss, it's pretty hard actually, because you need to place your wall here and your orb here, and you don't really have any lineups because there's like a big ceiling or a big like yeah, something over this site. So it's kind of hard to throw one from spawn and it lands here because it lands on top of that. But the wall I would do is I would run here, and I place my HUD in this corner with the like thing in the background and this like pipe or whatever it is. And I just place it, because this one will hit danger. It's actually pretty hard to get it there, so you need a lineup, or I do at least. And it will look like something like this, and go over here. And the orb is just a default orb here. But I actually want to show you how it looks like when you do this with the limited time, because it's pretty, it's pretty hard to get it. You have to like run straight away, so you have to be ready and practice this in custom. So if I reset around, and I take off my timer. So if I just reset now, I'm gonna run to B first, place my wall. And I'm gonna do the same lineup as I just showed you. Stand in the corner, line up, and then I'm gonna run all the way to A. You see I have 15 seconds left, that should be enough. At least when I've done this in the past. You see 6 seconds left, and I'll be fine with placing this orb. But you see, like it gets down to like the last second, so you have to do it straight away, and you have to be ready every round, because otherwise it's gonna be hard for your team if they push any site and you don't have smokes. So when you're playing double controller on defense, you can make some pretty strong setups on this map, especially on B site, because either you do this wall that I showed you before, or you like just put a wall across like this. This one is also pretty good because it blocks off this entire area, and yeah, it's pretty good. And the orb I would do for this is place it on top of here, because this orb allows you to, you start here in the beginning of the round, and you see them pushing in, you can get a kill, activate the orb, then you're safe. Then you can, if they like slow down or anything, you can get back to into this corner, and then activate your wall. And you can peek over the wall and get an angle here. And if you're in danger, just raise like orb and walk back. Like, it's super safe, and I've gotten a lot of kills with it. If you've seen my like video a couple of months ago. So yeah, this setup is fire. You can also do it with this wall, of course, as I showed you before. Yeah, it's pretty much the same. Oh wait, I don't know what happened to it now. Wait. I think this happens sometimes. You just gotta like take it down and yeah, like this. So you can use this wall as well. Don't really see over it though, so that's the bad part. But like, it works. You can actually get an angle here, I think. Yeah. So that can be another option. So now we're on Ascent, and we're gonna start with attacking A site. So the only wall I really do on this site is this one. I mean, you could do like your wall here and your orb here, but with how the toxin has been nerfed over the years, it isn't really worth to have use both the wall and the orb for this site, because the only thing you really miss out on is this place here, but you can just Sova drone it or like Sova dart it, I mean, or anything to clear it. So I think this works pretty well for me when I'm attacking A side at least. And I also like having my orb to place close panel with. You can throw it here to play around, you can throw it like up heaven, you can make pockets here to tank cage ults and stuff. And you can also use it for a post plan lineup, of course. So yeah, that's the best wall in my opinion. For mid, I have a couple of different orbs. The first one is from here. You want to place your like the diamond on the HUD here that pops up with orb right in this corner here, and just left click. This one will land perfectly here and block off cubby like that. The second one is if you want to smoke bottom mid, you just want to like stand towards this box like so that you can't be spotted, and just aim right there where the color switches, and it will be a good smoke for bottom mid. You don't need anything complicated for that. I also have some other orbs from this location, if you come from tiles instead of top mid. And the first one is you want to place your diamond like that. When you see this like shadow, and where the like on this side is shadow and this side is light, it creates a corner here. And you just want to left click like that. And the second one is for cubby, and you see this, you want to go out until you reach this part, so like throw it something like that. I just don't want to move, because then I have to reset the barrier again. But this one works, see, and if you stand there again and throw it, this one works. So when attacking B, I only really think there's one wall that you can do as a solo controller, and that is to walk up here and place it like this. You can place it from here too, but you see this one will like get you more space, because if you place it here, you will cut like that. So it gives a little bit more space, but you place it like this, and yeah, it looks like something like this. So it's actually a pretty good wall. They get some space here, but I mean, the only place you like have to be careful about is when the wall goes on is cubby. Like if they stand here, they're just in the open, so just clear cubby if you're playing here, or like be careful of cubby at least. Otherwise this wall is pretty good actually. So for the like lurk walls or double controller walls, I have 4 different ones to show you. The first one is A here. This one like I haven't really used it that much, but I've seen some pros use it, and it's pretty good because it allows you to like get past this one way, like this, take orb, and also when you get here, you can just sneak into sight, and they won't be able to like hold you. So that's pretty good. You can even place it a bit more to the right if you're scared of heaven. I think I placed it a bit much to the left, but just place it a bit to the right than this, and you can walk up with it, and it will like apply constant pressure on A site, so the enemies will have to like switch up their setup, maybe place a cipher trip here or something, and I mean, then you know that there's gonna be a cipher trip here, so yeah. It puts pressure on the map. The second one is you stand here and you wanna, or like a bit back actually, and you wanna wall so it covers cubby and goes all the way up here. You see? So you can just walk up and you can have a wall that helps your team get into market. So this is really, I mean, you can lurk with it, I guess, but it's more for like team play. You want to push mid then, yeah. So that's a pretty good one. The next one is you stand in this corner and you want to aim so the wall looks something like this. And then place it. So you see, it will cover here. And then I'll go all the way up here. The bad part about this is this corner, but I mean, it's kind of worth it. You can just play slow, clear it when the wall goes down. So just be aware that this is a corner. And the last Lurk Wall is for B, and this is actually pretty good, but I would only recommend it if they are playing a Killjoy, because if they're playing a Cypher and they have a trip like across like this, or a cam above you, it's not really gonna work. But if they have a Killjoy, it's pretty good, because you stand here, and you wanna make the wall so it goes here. The good part about this is as same as A main, you can take B main pretty easy, take the orb, take it down, clear and stuff. But when you get to sight, it's the like cool part about it, because if they play Cypher, as I said before, they will have a trip or something here or a cam up here. But if they play Killjoy, they will have a turret here, and this blocks off the turret, so you can like walk in, get up market, and like get a like surprise KO. Because I see a lot of Killjoys not noticing that the Killjoy turret doesn't see over the wall, so they just keep playing stairs or something, and I can just sneak up market and get a surprise kill mid. Or come up like on A. When it comes to post plant lineups on this map, I have a few. I'm gonna show you the most useful ones. They are the ones that you like get into a position that you can use very often. And the first one is this one. It lands on generator, and all you want to do is line up your HUD line like this and shoot. This one will land generator, as I said, like this. Cover all of here. The next one is for dice, and all I want to do is just aim right there and shoot. It will bounce off the wall and land dice. I am gonna show you the lineups from here because I find it pretty useful, because if you're lurking or get into here late, you can just hold tree pretty easy and create pressure late in the round and also play lineups from here. So the first lineup is for generator. All you want to do is place your HUD line like this in the corner and shoot. As you see, this will land generator. Like that. The second lineup is for dice. All you want to do is you want to place your HUD line or your orb icon like this on this part, like that, and then shoot. And it will land dice. Like that. So for B, I rarely use post-plant lineups. I actually never use post-plant lineups because I find it a bit hard to execute, and especially when you only have one molly, you have to like walk such a long way to get to site after, and especially if you plant like behind this. So the only lineup I really have on this site is this one, where you see my dot is I'm using the dot crosshair, and I want to place it like straight on this line that goes here, but you want to line it up with this, so I'm gonna place it like that, and this one will bounce like weird up and then to default like that. And that's the only lineup I really use. I have one from mid. It's not the best because you're pretty far away, but I can just show it. You see this little like hole in the color there, or the color patch. You want to jump through and it will land default. But then again, you're pretty far away, so it's only if you're like lurking mid and you're super late. That one is pretty good. So when defending as a solo controller, I usually just do one setup. I stand against the barrier that is here, and then place my wall like this, so it covers mid, cubby, and our tree, and main. And then I just throw my orb here when the round starts, like that. I sometimes use a one-way, where I stand. You wanna stand on this dot here. You see, just go out from the wall, and you see this tile with the dot on. And then you just wanna like go up, aim like like a bit above the line here in the middle here, and then jump right click and land something like that. And you'll have one way. And the strong part about this one is if you stand up like behind this boat, you will see a lot of them, but they won't see you because your legs are covered. You see? So you have a pretty big advantage in the fight there. So that's a good one. But it's a bit like in a committed position, so you can also play from here. It's a bit safer. So when it comes to double smoking on defense, I have two walls that I like to use and a couple of different one-ways. So the first wall is this one to like block off mid. This allows you to push up mid and also like makes it awkward for the opponents to like push up. So you have gotten many kills just walking up here on Icarons, getting through a sheriff and just killing someone. So yeah, it's a pretty good wall. You can use the one way as I showed before with this one, and also just a regular smoke is pretty good too. On A side though, I have a different wall. It's a very good one. You stand against this, and you wanna make it so it reaches top mid here. It will cut off main like this. Make it a pretty, like, you have to push through here, and then push through here, and then push through here. And you also get a little corner you can play in. So when you push out, you take up your wall, and you'll be safe here. When the wall goes down, you just shoot them. And I would actually recommend you to insta-activate this wall. Maybe not have it activated for that long, but if you insta-activate it, you can take space mid, clear tiles, and like maybe get some util here and stuff, and you have mid. And then take it down to save some toxin with for the push, and you can always mold it, stall a bit more. So yeah, that's a good one. If you want some one-ways here, if you want one here, you can just stand like under this and left click. I failed it now, but it isn't that hard. You can just pick it up again and do something like that. So yeah, pretty easy. If you want one here, you just want to stand on this wall there, and then look under this one and just jump, right click. And you'll get a one-way for playing here. I would recommend playing Phantom always in your smokes, but I'm just a Vandal player, so I have a Vandal always. Okay, so now we're on Bind, and this is actually my favorite map to play Viper, especially as a double controller, like the lurks and the stuff, and especially defense. Defense is so fun. So yeah, the first one here is solo attacking an A site. I usually just do this wall if we're going fast, like short. Clearing lamps and stuff is pretty easy with this wall. If you're going through buff, you could do something like this instead. Like, so it blocks off these two and you can sneak in and you get more space. So this one is better if you go buff, but you also have to get deeper to place the wall, so it can be a bit slower to do this one. So yeah, but that's the walls I would use. Okay, so there are two different ways of smoking B side as a solo controller. If you want to go or hookah, I would do this. So you throw the orb and you put like the HUD line here on this, like on the corner here of the ladder part, and this one will create a one-way like that. Very good smoke. And then you'll place your wall like something like this, because this will, or actually a bit more from here, so it like cuts these corners. Because what this does is you can focus on sight first, and like use the smokes, and then you can like clear long, or if you have a late lurker here that can like walk up here, it's pretty good too. But this is like the best you can do from hookah. So yeah, but if you're going long, however, you can put your wall like this. And make sure to like have it so it does something with the wall here as well, because like if you wall like this, it will help you if you push elbow later on to have the smoke here. And for the orb, you just want to place your like the diamond on this side here on this corner like that, and then jump through, and then you will do like the same one way here like that. As you see, it's pretty good. And also when if you push elbow, have this, and you also get a little corner here. So yeah, that's like the best you can do. I have like it does work with just orb too if you wanna not use as much toxin, but it's a bit more dangerous. But I mean, you don't have to smoke elbow if you just use util to clear sight and stuff. So there is really only one wall that I would do as a like default wall on this map, and it's this one. You've probably seen it. Like, it's the most standard Viper wall, or the most like used Viper wall, I would say. You see, it just goes across like this, creates a path into lamps, and then you can also peek up here and stuff. Yeah, it creates a lot of pressure. And the orb you want to do with this is you want to throw an orb here. You can do it from both here and from here. from here you wanna just line up the diamond here with this corner on the wooden thing here, like that, and simple left click, like this, pretty good. And for the other one here, you wanna stand against like the barrier here. See if I can get it without the barrier, and then you wanna place your HUD line like that in this corner here, and then jump through. Something like that. That also works. So for post-plant lineups on bind, I think they're very good because you can still rotate and stuff with those lineups and like rotate, you know, through buff and stuff, as long as you shoot them early enough. So the first one here, you just want to aim like right here, a bit to the right of that one. It will land default, like that. Cover all of this, and if you want to hit triple with from here, you want to place your HUD line like that on that leaf. You see the leaf that sticks out, the small one. You want to put it like that. This one will hit triple, like that. And then I also have some lineups from here. I think this is a very good spot for lineups because you're kind of close if you walk buff, but you're also very safe. Like the only one that can really kill you from this is if someone lates flank, but that's no one really does that anymore. So yeah, the first one is for default plant here. You see those two, like a bit thicker parts of the leaves. You just want to create an imaginary line that goes like this and aim in the corner, and it will land perfectly here, like that. For triple, you want to stand in the same position, and you see this. You want to put your HUD line like that on that plank, and then shoot. It will land perfectly triple, cover all of this. So for the B lineups, you want to stand against this rock here, deep in long. And if you want to hit left side, you want to put your HUD like this, the thing below your molly, like only in this corner right there. And then just shoot. For the middle one, you want to place your HUD line, like this line here, against this thing that sticks up. And for the right one, you want to put your bent line here on this taller thing, like that. Oh, and from hookah, the left one, you want to place your bent line here on this shorter wooden thing. Shoot. On if you want to hit the middle one, you just want to place your the bent one on this a bit taller one on to the right, and shoot. And then if you want to hit the right one, you just want to put on the same wooden thing, you want to put this part at the bottom of it instead. So something like that. Now comes the best part of this map, and it's actually that solo defense isn't that hard with VIPER. So I have two different setups that I like to do, and you can play on A or B, depends on what you want. So the first thing is, if you want to play on B, you stand against this these like barrels or whatever it is, and then you see like this corner here. You want to place your toxin bar like so the middle hits that corner, like the middle of this shorter side here, and then jump through. As you see, this will land perfectly here and create a perfect smoke like that. So yeah, so your teammates can call for a smoke and you have one there. And then you want to go B and place stuff in this corner here, and then place your green, like the green ball that appears here, or the orb. You want to put it, you see this little thing here, you want to go to the side and place it on this like edge. Because what this does is it will go through the TP and also block off buff, so you can fight buff and it will look like this. The good thing about this is also that you can jump into here. I've gotten a few kills with this, and you can just sit here when they jump out and then maybe get someone that didn't jump out, and then you have hookah control for the retake. That's a very good one. If you want to play on A, however, you can just go here, throw the same orb as I did before, just by standing against the barrier, and then it's kind of hard now because oh, I can pick it up. I just go towards the barrier and then like able to do that. So that's pretty good. And the reason you want to get it deep is because you want to be able to do the nats play, jump up here, and catch them if they go in, or if they stand here you can shoot them. Pretty cool play. And for the wall then, you want to stand in this corner and you can do the same wall. The only thing it doesn't do is like go to the TP, but it's fine. Like you don't need this wall. I rather use it for that reason. It's just good that it's able, or that the wall is able to do it. When it comes to double defense or double controller on defense on this map, you can either do the same wall and the same setup with this smoke and this wall. But another thing you can do is use this orb for stopping the push, and then you have like a wall like this to play retake with. So this one is pretty good because if you plant here, you get like the whole plant, area or the site. But your team can still push out from hookah or lamps and get like fight the people that are spamming. So it's a very good wall for retaking, and it also like helps you take orb in the beginning, take bath control. So it's a very good wall actually. Also have some couple of different one ways that you can use on this map. They are like not as good as the setups before, but can be a bit fun to play with. So the first one is here. You want to stand in this corner and you see this like long brick here or something, and you want to aim in the middle of it and jump right click, and it will land right there. Create this very good one way actually. So you can use this one with the retake wall if you would just want to like hold short and play with retake with your team, or hold back. So yeah, that can be good. And on B, I gotta give a shout out to Genesled. Some of these like that I show is from Genesled. It's my like favorite Viper back in the days. I used to watch him a lot, but he quit unfortunately. But he used this orb. You wanna like stand here, and then you see this like brighter part of the wood, and you just wanna right click, and it will land there. The cool thing about this is that, first of all, it's a one-way, so the enemies will think that it's a one-way. But if you activate it, so like the enemies get past this point, they will like disrespect it and just go in. But that's when you play on this like ledge here, because then it works as a rat smoke, because you will be completely hidden, or at least like from most of sight. Maybe if you stand like really close, you can see some parts of your feet, but otherwise you're hidden. And what the enemies, they will go in, like you see, you will be elevated from the ground, so they won't like expect anyone to stand like on that. And then you just take down your orb, and you can see all of this, and kill the planter and stuff. Wait, oh, can I get up? Yeah, kill the planter and stuff. It's a pretty cool play, but it's like gimmicky again. So yeah, but it's pretty fun. So now we're on Corrode, but I'm actually not gonna do anything here because I just made a video going over all the things that I found on this map, like the first couple of days. So if you wanna get some tips and tricks on this map, just watch that video. I am, however, gonna show you a couple of things that I didn't show you on that video, and that is the orb lineups for mid, because I didn't really use any orb lineups for mid at the beginning, but I found that it's quite useful. So the first one, if you stand here against here, you see this, and you go down till you like meet this, like that. This one will land here, and the reason for it not being deeper is because people can just push out and take this base anyways. So I would rather use this orb to like take this part of mid, and then later on when you have cleared all of this, so maybe a clear link, then you can move on top mid if you really want to. So I think like this base is enough because you get link control, and yeah. So you can also throw this orb from B. If you stand in this corner and you place your molly, like the thing that goes above the molly, in that corner, like the particle or something, and this one will land here. Sometimes it's bouncing a bit weird, like of this ledge, so you might want to throw it a bit like higher up if it doesn't work for you. But I mean, if it bounces, it doesn't like matter that much, but just be ready that it can bounce, and it will look like something like this. So yeah. So now we're on Haven, and Haven is a pretty weird map for Viper as a solo controller, at least on attack, because on A the wall doesn't really work, so I only use the orb on A. If you look in this corner here and jump through, it will land Heaven, like that. Because if you wanted to use your wall, you had to like, you see, if you use from here, you get like, it's gonna be a weird like angled wall. So what I would do instead is when you get on A, you can actually throw this wall. And then take your wall down and have this for when they're retaking. So this wall is pretty good. And you can mold and stuff. So if you have your wall and you're in post plant and you get the gut sight, this wall is pretty good for like stopping the push out. I told you that I only use the orb on A, so that means that you don't have to use this wall as I showed you, because if you're only gonna use the orb to take sight, then you don't really have to use your wall. So that means that you can default your wall on this map if you want to. You can either default the C wall or like the regular Lurk Wall. And especially with solo Viper on this attack, or on this on attack, yeah. B side is pretty hard, so I usually just do this wall actually, and so it like covers right side, and then I can actually use it as a Lurk Wall while my team pushes up here, and you can send in your cipher also if you want to be on site. But it's actually pretty good because it allows you to get past this point and sneak up on A, and when the teammates are pushing in B, most of the people just rotate off A, so you get a pretty good lurk when you're a solo controller actually. But yeah, you don't have to default the wall because if you can't decide really where you're gonna go, and if you want to switch up from B and C, it's pretty weird to just default the C wall and then you don't have any smokes on B. Or I guess you have an orb, but you get what I'm saying. So yeah, that's what I would do if I'm attacking B. So for C, C is actually the best site for attacking with Viper, because you can just place this smoke that goes across like that, and yeah, it's good. It blocks off garage, it blocks off city. It's pretty good. And when you get into sight, you can use your orb if you place yourself here, and then look like on the edge of this roof part. It will bounce and land up here. And this one way is like super strong for post plant. Very strong. If you however like struggle with garage, you can just do something like this, and you'll have a one way from here as well. So it depends on what you want to do. So now for the Lurk Wall on this map. I showed it before when on B, but I figured I can go a bit more in depth with it, because you place it like this, and the reason of this wall is that most of the people will have something to hold there. Either they dart or they just hold with an op or something. But what this wall does is, even if you're not here, it creates constant pressure and prevents the enemies from leaving A, because they never know if someone is here. So even if you're on C and you have this wall, the pressure this wall creates is huge, and you have to use it if you're playing Viper. And you can also use that to sometimes just walk up with it and then lurk onto B, and then you can get into CT and stuff, or lurk up on A, Ascent. So yeah, this wall is super strong, and it also helped with smoking B. So if you hit B in the if you end B, you can just use this smoke, and it's a good smoke for the post plant. So for the post plant lineups on this map, I only have one on A, and it's this one. You stand against this here, and you want to place your HUD like that on the wooden part here, and it will hit default like this. I guess I do have one more actually from here if you're lurking, and you see where the darker part goes in here. You want to aim on the wall right there, and it will land perfectly here. So I have two for A, I guess, but for the same spot. For B, the lineups aren't really that good because you have to stand far back. I think you might be able to do something from here, but I haven't really figured that out, and it's not worth it. I mean, you can probably just bounce it from here, something like that, and it will almost hit. But I mean, if you're gonna do that, you can just shoot a molly from here, or jiggle shoot one here, because your smoke will be up. So I mean, you're kind of safe if you want to play mollies. And for C, I have some lineups. If you stand against this and you want to line up this edge with this one here, so those two align, then you can place your toxin bar like that. You see this here, and you place your toxin bar like that. This one will land default like that. And if you want one more towards here, you can do the same alignment like that, but just do something like that instead, a bit down and a bit to the left. You don't have to have a specific lineup for it. It's pretty easy to just make up your own, because this one will hit over here. So when it comes to solo smoking on this map, it's pretty easy actually. You can just place this wall like across this. Good for retaking, good for stopping the push. Gets both these and B, so that's good. And then you can go into this corner, just throw this line up. You want to place your thing above the orb, like on the under this like corner, or in this corner here, like that, and just left click. It will look like something like this, and it will land perfectly if the barrier is up. The perfect orb isn't this one, of course. The perfect orb is like here. But if the barrier is up and you want to like play on A or towards B, then this lineup can be pretty good, and it will create something decent at least. But yeah, you can also just place it here. Of course, you have time to do it if you want to play on C. But yeah, I have a lineup just in case I want to play on A. So for double smoking on this map, as on defense, I like to use this wall. This wall is pretty good for retake on C. It also blocks off garage and creates these small little pockets that you can play in also, like hiding. But what this does is that you will block off the entire plant spot like here. So it will work as a smoke for the plant in the post plant when they play here, and your teammates can play in front of it and peek and stuff. But it will also like help when you come from CT to like smoke off some like common angles and clear backside. So it will like do a couple of different things that it's pretty good, and you can also use it like to defend the site. When I play with my cousin, he plays Cypher. This wall is pretty good for him because if the trips like activates here, you can just shoot them and then also like run away safely with this wall. So yeah, with the orb I usually do is go here like that, and then I place the dot under my wall like this in this corner here, and just left click. This is perfect for retake on A. It will land here, and it will also like help your team play around this spot if they're pushing in, because this smoke is very annoying for the enemies if they come out here, because the people short have like a complete smoke here, so they have to push in, and the enemies here can really help if we like play in the smoke and push these guys. So it's a good for fighting, and it's also good for retaking. I usually just do the solo smoke setup though if I'm playing double smokes, because this wall is pretty good. So yeah, like there's nothing bad with this wall. So now we're on Lotus, and the wall I would do if I'm solo smoking is I stand in this corner. Be careful so they don't push, so you just don't like instantly go out here. Wait for them to raise it and stuff. And when you have like the space here, you want to look in this like on this pink thing here, and then just place your wall. What this does is it will help you like get aim in here and like get past stairs, and it will also block off up here. So that's a pretty good one. Sometimes I see enemies just stand here, and that's like, yeah, I don't know. There's not much to do, but just like be careful of that so they don't like stand there and hold you. And then you can just move on site, and yeah, it's a pretty good wall. When you're attacking B as a Viper, it's pretty hard to just do something good. So what I like to do is usually B split with my team. So me and someone else like takes aim and control, and then we break door, and I use this wall. So this wall is, or maybe you can stand here and get it better, but like something like that at least, because this wall blocks off both of these parts, and we just come through the door, and then we get the whole side. And we also have like some aiming control, so they can't play in link. So B-split is pretty strong on this map, and with Viper it's almost essential, because like it's kind of hard to smoke otherwise. If you place a wall across like this, I mean it works, but you don't get as much space. So yeah, for the C wall, I just go into this corner, I place it like this, and then it's done. I mean there's not like much of a better wall to do than this one. Sometimes I like to do this one a bit more here, so they can't like stand here. But then my team is just gets all mad and stuff because they have too much space. So I just like default to this one. So yeah, this one is like the best you can do. So if you're a double controller and you want to put a lurk wall, I would recommend just going up against here and do this. Like this is the wall that every pro uses. It's every like Viper player in ranked uses it if they're double controller. It's just good for taking A main control, because if you get this space, it's so much easier to attack A and control the map, because a lot of enemies will just rotate over and try to fight this, and whoever like has this space will control the rotate because they will have the faster way to link, and the other team has to like rotate respawn. So you have a lot more freedom if you take A main. So this wall is very good for helping you do that. So for the lineups on this map, I'm only gonna show an A and C because I don't use lineups on B. It's like kind of awkward because it's only has a hole up here. So the only lineup you can really use is for the down here, and you like always plant here. You can do a lineup from A, but it's kind of hard, and you're like almost never in this position to do a lineup. So I'm just gonna show you on A and C. But on A at least, you wanna go up to this, and if you wanna hit right or left default, you wanna put your molly icon on this like root here that bends like this. You wanna put it like that and just shoot. Don't have to be like too perfect. It like always lands here. And if you wanna hit the right default, you wanna put the molly icon on these leaves now instead. That goes down like that. And it will land perfectly here and cover this. So yeah, for C, I only use one lineup because if you plant anywhere else except here, it's not really worth to play all the way back here, because if you plant like here and play main, it's kind of a troll. You have to play side if you plant here. But anyways, I go and line myself up against this. And then I put the middle of this short side again on this corner, like that. So that's my lineup. And then I shoot, and it lands perfectly here. And yeah, prevents anyone from even standing on these ledges, and it's pretty good. So for solo smoking on defense on Lotus, I just normally use this wall, because this allows me to have time to place this orb as well. So this is usually my setup. Sometimes this wall is a bit bad in ranked, in my opinion, because like you almost never face the Viper, and this wall is like mostly for stopping the other Viper wall and also stopping the door push. But I mean, teammates like don't call if they push in. So with this wall, you're like almost always too late, and they already have this space. So sometimes I like to use a wall that goes like this instead. But the bad part about this is that you don't really have time to throw an Orb C main. You can have a lineup from here maybe, but it's like, I don't know. So I usually just put this wall, or I do a retake wall. The retake wall I like almost always do as a double controller, but it does work as a solo controller too, if you have a trip here at least, because it looks like this. And the cool thing about this is, like, you can go through here, but if you have a trip here, you're fine to use it on A, as I said before. But the cool thing about this is, for retake on B, it's pretty good because it blocks off both link and main, and you can like diffuse, and your teammates can fight and stuff. And if let's say they have pushed in on A, you can use this wall to sneak up here and like get through here. And it also works like as a cover on defense. And you'll also like, this is a bit of a bonus, but you get this corner that you can play in. So it does a lot of different things. But it's a pretty good retake wall in my opinion. My ranked teammates hate it when I do it because they don't understand it, but I just keep on doing it because in my opinion it's good. I don't know though, but it works for me. Okay, so now we're on sunset, and if we're gonna attack A, I usually do this wall. But there is a better wall however. This is a great wall that you can do from main, but if you actually take some space up here, you can do this wall as well. And this will allow you to like go left side of main and still have a smoke. But you can use either of those two. Like this one is pretty good for postman as well if they like are fast flooding. But I mean at the same time this one allows you to like play from here and hold. So yeah, both works. This one is probably a bit better, but it's a bit harder to set up. If you want to smoke mid as solo Viper, you'll need a lineup for the orb. So you stand in this corner, and then you see this one, the thing that goes up here between those planks. You want to put your HUD line with, or the HUD thing here, the corner, like that, and then just left click. This one will land top mid, create a perfect smoke like that. Very good smoke. And for B site, you can use this wall. This wall is pretty good. You can do it from either here or from here. This one is a bit safer if you want to do it earlier on. So you can do this one. And this one will block off market, and it will also go backside and look like something like this. So yeah, this is a good wall. Sometimes though people feel like it's like a bit open here, people can play here, then you can make it so the wall goes like that, but at the same time they like the enemies will have like half the sight, and so I think this one is better, and then just someone hold this instead. While the teammate is planning. So for post-plan lineups on this map, I only have one for A site. You stand in this corner, and then you see like this part of the leaf here. So you see my HUD line like that, and then just left click. This one will land default right here. And yeah, I wouldn't really recommend to play lineups for any other spot, like if you plant here, because if you plant here you gotta play close, because otherwise they can just stick it while you like have to run all this away. So yeah, for B site I have two different lineups, one for like this area, like all around here, and one for here. So you wanna stand, you see these two, you wanna stand on the most far back, and then for the first one, you wanna look at this and place your HUD line like that, and then shoot, and it will land here, cover all of here. And then the second lineup is you want to take your ultimate like icon here, this part, you want to place it like next to the line here and shoot, and this one will cover like all of this, land in the middle and cover all of this. Pretty good lineup because you can plant on both sides. So the Lurk setup I do on this map is kind of similar to Bind, because you'll use like your wall and orb to get a path into CT, or yeah. So the wall is this one, the same one as I use sometimes when I'm attacking A site, and then the orb is I stay on this wall here, and then just look there and left click. This one will land there, and what this does is when you get to here and clear everything, you can activate both your wall and orb, and you get this setup, which is very strong because you can walk here, take your wall down, and then surprise kill someone here, because they won't expect someone to push up like Link when they have a teammate on site. So I've gotten so many kills like when people just stand here and look mid, or when they like walk here with their knife and stuff. So that's good, and then you can just jump down here again, like be careful, raise your wall, take sight. That's a good one. Or you just keep lurking. If your teammates are going B, you can just keep lurking, and if you get sight, you can just call your teammates to come back. So for solo smoking on Sunset on defense, I usually just like to do this wall like this, covers B main and mid, which allows you to push down mid also and like create early pressure. And then I run as fast as I can to this corner, and then I place my HUD line like that on this corner. You see this part is a bit outside, so like that, and then jump throw. This one will create a one-way for a main right here, like that. And with these two, I have a pretty good defense, because I mean you can't smoke both parts without a wall here, and sometimes I use like a wall that goes sideways from here, and a lineup for here. But I've felt like this was a bit easier, because this one way is like very good, and especially with this molly. If you retake it, raise your wall and shoot this molly, and you clear backside. So yeah, this is probably the best setup in my opinion. If you play double controller though, you can do a couple of different walls. First one is this one. It will like cut B main very many times, and you can play in this corner. And you can also, like, if you don't go big, push up here, and you'll have a pretty safe path out here without being spotted from like mid and stuff. So that's good. You can also stand against the barrier here. I don't know if I'm able to do it now, but you can stand it against the barrier here, and you'll see this like darker spot here. You just aim there and right click jump, and it should land. But I don't. It's kind of hard when you don't have the barriers, but something like that. Yeah, there you see. Just stand against the barrier and aim at the darker spot. And this is a very good one way to play back here. Molly to stall, and yeah, good for holding there. And you can also, of course, use some walls. Use some walls for retaking on A, like this one. Very good for retaking.